message to the nation. Put the guns them down. Cause we want some understand.
Good evening, San Fernando West. Are you hearing all you? Good evening, San Fernando West. My UNC family, it is very good to be in Sando. I bring warm greetings from the good people of Barataria San Juan. Tonight I want to talk to you about some very serious matters pertaining to the governance of our country. And tonight we have a very dynamic lineup of speakers from the United National Congress. And very soon our political leader, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago will join us and tell you about the issues facing our country by this wicked, incompetent, lawless PNM government. A government in any democratic institution, it is to make laws, not to break laws. You all understand that? A government is to make laws, not break laws. But this PNM government is known for breaking the law. They are a rogue, runaway, illegal, unlawful government in Trinidad and Tobago. This government has acted illegally so many times that ordinary citizens in public office had to go to the court to seek redress. You remember when they fired Jawala Rambaran? That was an illegal move on this PNM government. Do you remember when they did not appoint Rohini Ramkisoon as the chairman of the BIR? Again, the court said that the government acted illegally. Remember when they unlawfully tried to interfere with the selection of the Commissioner of Police? Our political leader had to put on her robes and go to court under the matter of Haridat Maraj and get parts of the law struck down because the PNM was trying to put their hands in the appointment of a Commissioner of Police in this country. They went and tried to collect data under the Property Tax Act. We had to go to court again, and the court ruled that it was unlawful. You remember when they tried, well, not when they tried, when they intercepted the list with respect to the Commissioner of Police, and this country was left in a constitutional collapse because we were without a Commissioner of Police for several months. That is when they intercepted the list at the President's house for the appointment of Gary Griffith. Then they went and they lost the THA election. I remember they had a 6-6 deadlock. Rowley came straight to the parliament. They passed a law to increase the number of seats. Well, they didn't go to court on that one, but the court of public opinion decided on the PNM in Tobago with that election. And they have also embarrassed us internationally. You remember when Amor went in a Miami court and what he did? Amor lied on affidavit at a Miami court, telling people while he was a senior counsel, he was what? A junior counsel taking notes in the courtroom. Lie. That is the PNM. They are an unlawful, illegal, rogue regime in Trinidad and Tobago. And now we have the latest judgment being delivered by the Privy Council. San Fernando West, let us give it up for the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar of Senior Counsel. And I was on the point of this unlawful, illegal, rogue regime called the PNM government led by Keith Christopher Rowley. Last week, Thursday, the Privy Council delivered a judgment, Ravi Balgobin Maraj, against the Cabinet of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and the Minister of Rural Development and Local Government. And tonight, we are fortunate enough to have the appellant himself here, Mr. Ravi Balgobin Maraj, and I just ask him to stand. And let us appreciate Ravi for taking this fight on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, taking on this government for this illegal and unlawful action. And what the Privy Council decided, as Jayanti said earlier on, is that basically when we elected councillors in 2019, their term would have expired on the 2nd of December 2022, which was last year, December. Forest come like a thief in the night and proclaim a law that do apply to the present councillors to give them an extra year into office. And the Privy Council decided that that is in fact unlawful for councillors to serve beyond that term of 2nd of January 2022. The judgment quotes that it basically says that the government was taking your right to elect your representatives and keeping them there for an extra year. If you read paragraph 34 of that judgment, it is clear that it is saying that it is not for the parliament, lest the government to choose the representatives. It is you, the people, who have a right to vote. So now we ask, why is this government running afraid of the electorate? Why are you running afraid of the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Tonight we tell Keith Christopher Rowley, get off the golf course and call the elections now. Call elections. And if you don't want to call the local government election, call the general election now, because we are ready to get rid of you from government. Today, we are left in legal confusion. Councillors are writing to find out whether or not they can perform their duties. We don't know whether or not these councils exist, and yet we are yet to hear from Faris Al-Rawi. We are yet to hear from the Prime Minister. You remember last week, it had a judgment coming out of Miami. Faris Al-Rawi jumped up in front of camera and talk about we're recovering $1 billion. Faris Al-Rawi, now we talk about Trinidad and Tobago. You're just lost in the Privy Council. You are the line minister for local government, and up till now you cannot talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to tell them what is the position. But I'd rather he not tell us anything, because I don't like to take advice from Faris when it comes to the law. I don't like to do that, because by now Faris would have been telling me something about Surat. I don't know if all you know that case, Surat. But Faris Al-Rawi, that man has a special talent. That man can lose case while he is Attorney General and when he is not the Attorney General. That is a special talent that Faris had. But who they sent to defend the government? They sent Limo to defend the government. So last week, Thursday, Limo come out busy right after the judgment, holding big press conference. But I swear to God, that man lost his mind, you know, when I listened to him. The Attorney General of this country is telling us that because judges in Trinidad plus the 2 judges in England, when you add up the 5 of them, that is more judges agree with the government. So don't worry what the 3 judges say in the Privy Council. Them are really saying nothing much. We have to add up what the 3 in Trinidad say plus the 2 in England. But don't worry about the majority judgment. Amo, what you feel is all fours. You don't check judges by the wrongs. But you know what? Anand Ramlogan, hang your jack. And tonight we salute Anand Ramlogan, Jayanti Lakshmidiyal, and the rest of the legal team who did that. Amo is a complete waste of time. I honestly have to tell Amo to lay off the pills. And maybe you need to take ginkgo biloba for the memory. Because clearly the other tablet you're taking it are working. Because Reggie Amo, there's a fundamental principle in law known as stare decisis. It means you are bound by precedent. So if the High Court says something, and then the Court of Appeal overturns the High Court, you have to listen to the Court of Appeal. And if then the Privy Council comes and overturns the Court of Appeal, you have to listen to the Privy Council. Limo, that is basic law and legal systems. That is essential reading for a year 1 law student at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. And if you don't know where to get the book, you could go in the book specialist. This is not a free ad. You could go in the bookstore and buy Law and Legal System. Rosemary Bell Antoine wrote that book. So I'm going to go and read that book. And then he tells you, Alia, don't go and talk about the judgment because you get charged Alia for contempt of court. You're running afraid of the electorate, and now you want to shut us up. You will not silence us. You will not shut us up. We will stand our ground. We will stand up against this PNM government because we are not afraid. This PNM government is a threat to our democracy. It is a runaway dictatorship. They are preventing you from exercising your right to vote in this country. They are now making decisions on behalf of the electorate that they have no jurisdiction to make. Tonight we must say with one loud voice, Rowley and the PNM must go. Call the elections now. I thank you very much, San Fernando West.